Good morning, Taconic, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Thunder Report.
We have a great show coming up, so let's get going.
Today is Friday, December 22nd, and we have a lot on the show today. First up is a few stories from the Berkshire Eagle.
After that, we have information on what's coming up in the world of Taconic Sports, a taste of Taconic in culinary, and much more.
But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is the last day of school before vacation, and progress reports for the second quarter go home today, so we hope you are all set with your academics.
Senior photos are due December 30th. All seniors should get their photos in before the deadline. If you have any questions, please email 24gbars@pittsfield.net.
In partnership with the Berkshire Eagle, we have a few stories from the past week. Matt's over in Studio B, so let's head on over.
Thanks, guys. Let's get right into it. After the College of St. Rose announced that they would close following the 2023 to 2024 school year, the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts president, James Burge, said that they will, quote, provide an expedited transfer process to students transferring from the college. MCLA has said that they will accommodate any number of students from St. Rose and will accept all students who were, in quote, good academic standing. The towns of Great Barrington and Sheffield are attempting to halt the installation of the new 5G wireless transmitters, pending an FCC safety review. Last month, the Massachusetts Attorney General sent a letter to both towns notifying them that their bylaws ran counter to federal regulations and state laws. The Attorney General's office, which has to improve any new bylaws, made a decision to disapprove the bylaw. They said that the decision does not, quote, any way imply any agreement or disagreement with the policy views, but instead based, quote, solely on consistency with state law. For more information, please go to berkshireeagle.com. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks, Matt. Attention seniors, if you want any help navigating the college financial system, FAFSA Help Night will be on January 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the PHS Library. If you're interested, check your email for a message from Mrs. Galvani to register for the event.
Now, we have Brody to tell us about sports, so let's see what he has
Thanks,
for
guys.
us.
This week's sports news will be all about what's going on over winter break. But first, we have to congratulate our varsity boys basketball team for winning the Pioneer Valley tip-off game this past Saturday. Today, we have Taconic JV boys basketball versus High School of Commerce, Taconic varsity boys basketball versus High School of Commerce Friday at 6:30 p.m. We also have Taconic boys varsity hockey at 8 p.m. On Wednesday the 27th, we have Taconic varsity boys wrestling at Monument Mountain at 8 a.m., Taconic JV boys basketball versus Guilderland High at 2:30 p.m., and Taconic varsity boys basketball versus Guilderland High at 4:30 p.m. On Thursday the 28th, we have Taconic JV boys basketball at Colony Central High at 1 p.m., Taconic varsity boys basketball at Colony Central High at 6 p.m., and Taconic varsity boys hockey at Amherst Pelham also at 6 p.m. On Friday the 29th, we have Taconic JV boys basketball at Chicopee Comprehensive High at 5:30 p.m., and Taconic varsity boys basketball at Chicopee Comprehensive High at 7 p.m. Lastly, on Saturday the 30th, we have Taconic varsity boys wrestling versus Monument at 7 a.m., and Taconic varsity boys hockey versus Chicopee High at 7:30 p.m. That's all the news for this week. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brody. Still coming up is our highlight of This Week in Culinary, but before that, we'll be right back after this message.
Hey there, Taconic. Have you ever wanted to watch Taconic TV but haven't had the time? Well, do I have news for you? Our podcast, Up on Taconic, is airing now. This podcast offers a great new perspective on our show with a more in-depth look at some of the segments from the main show and exclusive things only seen on the podcast.
Now I know what you may be thinking, how might I watch such an amazing podcast? Well, you can stream it on sites like Spotify or CastBox, or you can listen to it live at WTBR, which is at 89.7 FM.
So get ready to learn, laugh, listen, and enjoy to an all-new audio experience.
And as always,
Back to the studio. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to make a delicious recipe in culinary. So let's go see some highlights. Welcome back to Taste at Taconic. Today, we plan to make something very fun and delicious in the classroom. So let's go put our aprons on and meet the chef.
Hey, it's Mr. Moon. Today we're gonna make eggplant fritters, and we're gonna make arancini prosciutto. All right, the first step we're gonna do is Chef George is going to cut these into about 1/8 of an inch slices. Gonna salt those a little bit to take some of the bitterness out of the eggplant. And you can do this whether you make eggplant parm, eggplant fritters. I'm just gonna put our tofu into the oil, and I'm gonna do it carefully. We just want a little bit of texture on the tofu. Got a little bit of flavor with our salt and pepper. And George, you can see George is making a little sandwich out of the eggplant. And now what he's gonna do is do a standard breading station. What we've added to this is basil, oregano, and some Parmesan cheese, and we're generous with the Parmesan. All right, I'm happy with having a little bit of color there. So now we're gonna fry the eggplant fritter, which is the sandwich. And again, I'm gonna carefully put it in my oil. So I'm just gonna take a peek at my breadcrumbs. So I got some beautiful color, nice and golden brown. I'm gonna be happy with that. All right, so I'm gonna take a peek. I like the color of my eggplant, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out. A couple things we're gonna do is, first of all, George is gonna put a little marinara sauce on. He's gonna do all 3 of these plates. We're just gonna do it for plating, just to have a taste of it there. So we're gonna finish up now. Arancini prosciutto, again, fried. I typically don't cut into the fritter, but here's the vegetarian one. So you have the piece of tofu that we added texture. All right, we're gonna try that. All right. And then we have a little one with the prosciutto in it. There you have it. Arancini we use in a lot of banquets. Eggplant fritters we use occasionally in banquets, and it's a big hit with Mom.
We want to thank Mr. Moon and all the students in culinary for showing us this fun and delicious recipe. But before we go, we have Logan with his tasty treat from the week.
So today for Christmas, I made some gluten-free gingerbread men, and later I'm gonna be making some icing for them.
Logan has all the components of a great chef. He cares a great deal how his food comes out, and he works very hard to make gluten-free food taste very good. Good job, Logan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now, back to the studio.
Thanks. Well, that's all we have for you today. As always, if you have any news you'd like us to report, please email us at taconictv@pittsfield.net.
Remember to take responsibility, have respect, and strive for excellence. Have a great winter break, Taconic, and we'll see you in the new year.